If you're interested in history or taking a piece of history home with you, then I found the place. From antique lightings to Berger chairs to paintings, even books, and so much more. And I had so many questions, and I had to talk to the only person who could answer them, Mr. Tod Carson himself.
Antiques, widely speaking, is anything that is 100 years or older. Unless it's 100 years or older, it's not considered an antique. 85% of our inventory is purchased in Europe. It's all 18th and 19th century French and European antiques.
And what is so special about the 18th and 19th century that really grew an audience or people who admire those antiques?
Well, the 18th century is really about Louis XV and Louis XVI. And people here, because of the clean lines, really like Louis XVI furniture. It's elegant, but yet it works well with contemporary furniture as well.
When you do come to this amazing place and you see just the honestly beautiful collection that you do have, if someone doesn't see what they want here, you're able to maybe go out and find it. Exactly.
We're able to find it. We also have a 5,000 square foot warehouse that is rather full. So if it's not in the store, many times we have it in the warehouse, or we know people who we can get it from. Part of the whole process is trying to educate people about what certain items are, how they developed, how they became what they are today, and why they're popular or why they're not popular. The one thing that we've really made an effort to do is everything we buy is in very good condition. A lot of people like antiques, but they want it to look new. So we do have things with a natural patina, and there is some wear to them. But most of the time, I would say 95% of the inventory, looks very fresh. This is a portrait of Louis XV, and a lot of people are always curious, like, why isn't this painting signed? And it's because it's by Jean-Baptiste Udray, who was the appointed painter to Louis XV. So there wasn't a reason for him to sign the painting because he was the court painter. And most people, the aristocracy or the bourgeoisie, they always had a portrait of the king in their home. And that's why there are so many portraits of certain kings, because of the length of time that they reigned and that sort of thing. But this is not signed, and it is expensive because people know who it was, because there was only one court painter at that time.
There's some history that you actually have here in antiques that represent Arizona.
Right, we have several pieces that Charles Keating had in the restaurant Mary Elaine's when he opened it. We have a pair of very tall cabinets that belong to the Stillman family. In fact, the Stillman's house was on the property where the store is, and when they moved to Scottsdale from New York, they brought these two large cabinets with them. And this is where their house was, and it was torn down to build this mall. And then he had donated the park across the street, because he was very fond of railroads, that he donated the park to the city of Scottsdale. And as long as that train is running, the city of Scottsdale can retain the park.
In the world of antique, like you said, it's over 100 years or more. How do we know it's real?
Number one, I don't think you really do. I think you really have to have faith in the person you're buying it from, make sure they're credible. There are things that you can tell about an item, whether it's 18th century or 19th century. There's key elements that I'm happy to share with anyone when they come in and show them what the difference is in terms of construction, the way it's made. A lot of things before the Industrial Revolution are a lot more primitive in terms of their construction, their dovetailing, which is the area of the drawer, the way it's constructed, and on the furniture itself. There are some things, and we always enjoy educating our customers. To me, it's not just a piece of good-looking furniture, but it's the story behind it.